guys, and welcome back. My name is MrCaproni, and this is your Math ACT Prep. Hopefully you're joining us today because you want to know how to do exponents and roots in your calculator. Well, I'm going to go ahead and break down how to do exponents and roots in both the TI-Nspire and the TI-84. Hopefully you will find what it is you need. While you're here, go ahead and do me a favor. Hit the like button if you're going to find anything useful with calculators today. Also, in the comments below, tell me what calculator you plan on using for the ACT. If it's not the 84 in Nspire, but I get enough of you guys asking, I'll go ahead and start including some of those calculators in my next videos. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you guys learned something new. All right, let's keep this quick and easy. We're going to start off with the TI-Nspire. This on my screen right now is my version of the TI-Nspire that I have on my computer. It should look very similar to any type of TI-Nspire that you may have. So once we are at the home screen, which is this guy right here, you want to make sure you are either clicking on the calculate or on this guy right here, which will also bring you into the calculator. This is usually the better option to choose. It doesn't matter which document you have open here at the top. You can see I don't even have anything in the 1-1. But you may have different numbers there. As long as you are in a calculator, you're good to go. So how do we do exponents? Well, if I want to do a basic exponent like something squared, all I have to do is click this guy right here. So right now I have 5 in there. So if I wanted to do 5 squared, I would just click right there and hit enter. That will square any number for you. Now, we are talking about all exponents. So maybe you don't want just the squared, you want some other type of exponent. Let's say we want 5 to the 8th power. In that case, don't use the little square button here. Instead, use the caret button next to it. When you use this button, it allows you to type any exponent you want. So if I want 5 to the 8th power, I just go ahead and hit enter after doing that, hit the enter button after doing that, and it'll give you your final answer. This works for all types of exponents. So if I wanted to do a negative exponent, that's going to make no difference. It's just going to be 5 caret, and instead now I'm going to put in -8, and I have a negative exponent, and it will give me the correct answer. Remember, if you ever want it as a decimal on this type of calculator, you just hit Control and then Enter, and boom, there you have your decimal answer. Now, it should be noted that you got to be careful when you are raising negative integers or any negative number to an exponent power, because you have to make sure to include your parentheses. If I'm sitting here and I put in -2 squared, it's going to tell me that that answer is -4, when in fact -2 times -2 is a +4. You need to make sure you put your base in parentheses if you're dealing with negatives. So in this case, I would have open parentheses, -2, close parentheses, then go ahead and square it, and it will give you the proper answer. All right, next, let's go ahead and look at the roots function. Now, again, they have the basic square root and the any type of root functions to use on here. Notice they are actually located in blue above the original squared and caret. Now, in order to access a blue button, you have to hit Control first and then the button that it is over. So in this case, if I wanted to find the square root of 25, I would hit Control and then the x squared button to get the square root above it, and then I would type in 25 and hit enter, and it gives me my positive answer of 5. If you want to do the general root form, you hit Control and then hit your caret, because that's the opposite, and you put in whatever root it is you want to do. For example, if you want to do the cube root of the number 8, then you can go ahead and hit enter there and it'll give you 2. Now again, always be careful with your negatives. If you're putting them in, put them in parentheses just to always be safe. All right, let's go ahead and try those same 2 things, but this time on a TI-84. I have the TI-84 Plus Silver Edition, but you guys can use any type of 84, and I'm sure it will be very similar. So starting off, let's look at the exponents again. This actually works almost the same way. The buttons are just kind of in a different location. So if I want to square the number 5, I would put in 5, and here's my little x squared button on here. So I would hit that and hit enter, and it's going to give me 25. Now, just like last time, if I want to raise it to a power other than 2, then I'm going to use the caret. But this time, the caret is located over here. So if, let's say, I want to raise 5 to the 3rd power, then I would do that and hit enter. Or if I want to raise it to a negative power, the same thing. I would use the little caret. Now with 83s, 84s, you sometimes have to be much more diligent about using parentheses. Maybe you want to do 5 raised to the and put that all in parentheses just to be safe. The thing is, you can't have too many parentheses because as long as you put them in correctly, it will always recognize what it is you wanted, all right? In this case, the 84 plus Silver Edition, it does actually handle the exponent without the parentheses, but as you can see here, it didn't hurt me to be safe and have those on there. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and move on to our roots. The square root almost works the same way. It's the button above the x squared, but instead of having a control button on this, the TI-84 has a second button. So you hit the second button first, then you hit the square root button, and that will allow you to take the square root of a number. So square root of 25 is going to be 5. All right, so that should be pretty easy. Now, the other one's a little bit more challenging. They don't have your general root button out in the open like they did on the Nspire. Instead, you have to go into this math menu. Now, here's the deal, though. For this one, you actually have to put what root you want first before you go into the math menu. So, for example, I may want to find the third root of a number. So if that's what I want to do, I would put the 3 in first, then go into the math menu. Now on here, you can see they do have cubes, they have cube roots, and they have an x root. If I wanted to take a cube root, I could have just hit that button, but I've already done the 3 for the x root. So this little x means whatever number you have put in first will now become the root. So if I go and click on the 5, and I can either do that by arrowing down, or I can go ahead and actually just click 5, it will bring in my root. And notice, because I had a 3 there already, it has moved this to here. So now I just got to type in what I want to take it of. I know an easy cube root is just 8, so I'm going to put that in, get our answer of 2, and we are done with the roots. One more quick thing here is that when the TI-Nspire gave our answer as a fraction and we wanted it to switch to a decimal, we hit the Control Enter. In this case, it actually goes the other direction. 84s give you the answer as a decimal, and sometimes you have to do the extra work to get the fraction. For example, before we had 5 to the negative 3 power, and that gave us 0.008. What if I wanted that as a fraction? How would I do it? On a TI-84, you hit math, and I've always been taught math, enter, enter. Math, enter, enter. Math, enter, enter. That's how you get back to a fraction. In reality, what it is you're doing is when you hit math and then enter, it is allowing you to click on the fraction. So it says convert to fraction. And you can see convert to decimal right here for the number 2. But since I'm already highlighted on the 1, I can just hit enter there. And then when you hit the enter the second time, it's when it actually does the function of making it happen. So that took my 0.008, which was my answer to the question before, and it converted it into a fraction. And again, I did that by hitting math, enter, enter. If you wanted to ever go back the other way, you can again hit math. You can go down to decimal instead, and then just hit enter, and it will convert your last one back to a decimal. And boom, there you have it. That's how you use your calculator, TI-Nspire and TI-84 to do exponents and roots. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, go ahead and click the like button. If you want more videos like this, click the subscribe. I'll be updating every week. With that said, if you have any questions on the calculator that you want to know, go ahead and leave them in the comments below, and I can try my best to address them. Well, guys, you have a great day, and thanks for joining me for your ACT Math Prep.